Something tells me. Yeah. Or maybe not so subconscious. Apparently it's a two-part plan. What'd you have breakfast? What'd you have for? Sorry. I was empty and shredded, okay? I heard about that. You could've come and helped me empty shredded. A lot of work. Yeah.
Nope.
We had like 9
Should have
million
called. I
cars.
had nothing going on.
Oh my God, I can't believe it, Carlos. I can't believe the policeman called. Seriously, I can't believe they didn't call you.
No, I'm saying that they don't have that.
Excuse me?
Every Thursday and it's not going.
Do you wanna give me the address to it and I can follow up with it?
Almost a year probably. You better sit down, raise,
You wanna
get
send
Nancy.
me the,
Real
let me
Nancy.
know the address
Real Nancy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the May 20th, 2019 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag.
With liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Barbara Scolaire.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Pietro.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubal.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the May 6, 2019 Crest Hill City Council meeting. Motion will be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion by Alderman Pietro, seconded by Alderwoman Scolaire. Questions or comments in regards to the minutes of the May 6 City Council meeting? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Marco Pietro.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion this evening, so we will continue with the agenda. We will go to our city administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have several agenda items for consideration this evening. The first three are all grouped together. These are our yearly engineering approvals for our MFT expenditures. The first is a resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code for fiscal year 2020. This is for anticipated cost for our salt storage facility for the Public Works Building, and this is just a budgeted amount that allows us to spend the money that we have under the MFT for IDOT.
So moved, Mayor. Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, for the resolution for improvements under the Illinois Highway Code. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Pietro.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number is 1036.
Thank you. The next item is a resolution for for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code. This is for just our general maintenance for our MFT for the year.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderman Albert, for a resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Pietro.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number 1037.
Thank you. And the last item under the MFT resolutions is the maintenance engineering to be performed by a consulting engineer. As in years past, we were working with Dave Vanderveld from Christopher Burke Engineering to do the engineering for the MFT program.
Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Pietro, seconded by Alderwoman Overland, for the maintenance engineering to be performed by Christopher Burke Engineering. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Pietro.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And the next four items I have for consideration are all as well grouped together, and these are regarding the Public Works building. They are all resolutions awarding various bids to the subcontractors that we bid out a few weeks ago. The first would be a resolution authorizing a bid award to Reagan Heating for the Public Works project. This is for the HVAC portion of the Public Works building to the total of $322,000, $516.
So moved.
Second.
And I apologize, just one item that will be added to all four of these contracts that we negotiated after packets were done on Friday was section 5.171, and that will be to add a retainage clause to each of the contracts. And what that means is that each payment that is made to the contractors prior to the completion of the project, we will hold back a percentage. The first payment, we would hold back 10%, the second 20%, the third 30%, capped at 30% for every subsequent payment after that. That just guarantees us that that work is finalized before we pay out all the funds. So that clause will be added to all four of those contracts.
Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche for a resolution authorizing a bid award to Reagan Heating for the Public Works project in the amount of $322,516. Questions or comments? Roll call,
Barbara
please.
Scoler. Yes. Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Colipietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Resolution is 1038.
Thank you. The next resolution is a resolution authorizing bid award to C.R. Leonard Plumbing and Heating for Public Works projects. As noted in the name, this is for the plumbing portion of the Public Works bid and is for a total of $234,500.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche for a resolution authorizing bid award to C.R. Leonard Plumbing and Heating for the Public Works project in the amount of $234,500. And I would add that all these items were discussed at last Monday evening's work session. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Marco Colipietro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Resolution 1039.
And the next resolution is a resolution authorizing a bid award to Tim Electric for Public Works project. This is for the electric portion to the total of $396,630.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Oberlin for a resolution authorizing bid award to Tim Electric for the Public Works project in the amount of $396,630. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Barbara Scoler. Yes. Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Colipietro.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number 1040.
And the final resolution for consideration is a resolution authorizing bid award to Concrete by Wagner for a Public Works project. This is for the concrete portion of the Public Works building for a total of $447,410.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderwoman Sclair for a resolution authorizing bid award to Concrete by Wagner for the Public Works project in the amount of $587,228. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Colipietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number 1041.
Thank you very much, council. And on that note, we are looking to break ground hopefully by the end of the month, if not within the first couple days of June for the Public Works building. And we are on track to keep that going by the end of this calendar year. The informational report is on file for the public's information. We will be holding a work session on Tuesday, May 28th, in observance of the Memorial Day holiday. Current topics include an update to the NIMAC residential aggregation program and employee evaluations. I would be happy to answer any questions this evening.
Questions of City Administrator? Thank you, Heather. Moving on to our Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Tom Miggott. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Several items on the agenda this evening, all were discussed and presented at the last work session. The first is the Rayner Avenue Drainage Project. You received the bid tabulation and the work session documents. In reviewing today's packet, I noticed that the bid tab may have inadvertently been omitted from your packet, so that was included this evening to you directly. And we seek approval to enter into an agreement with Austin Tyler, the amount of $422,335.62 to install the drainage improvements on Rayner Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche to award the bid to Austin Tyler Construction Company in the amount of $422,335 for the Rayner Avenue Drainage Improvement Project. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Polipetro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes,
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next is an agreement with Strand and Associates for the Well 14 project plan development and the EPA loan process. That is for a not-to-exceed amount of $35,000.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderman Cola DePietro, to award the contract with Strand not to exceed $35,400 for Well 14 project. This is the property on Gaylord Road. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes,
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Marco Polipetro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next is a agreement with Christopher Burke Engineering to provide construction engineering services back to the Rayner Avenue Drainage Program. That amount is $35,584. We seek your approval for that.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Albert, to award the bid to Christopher Burke not to exceed $35,584 for the construction engineering services Rayner Avenue drainage. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Marco Polipetro.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes,
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Finally is a proposal from the Illinois State Water Survey for Crest to join in with other communities to perform water modeling in the aquifers. There's a 3-year commitment of $4,977, $5,075, and $4,466 respectively for the next 3 years.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderman Albert, to join with the Lower Des Plaines Watershed Group Conservation Foundation for a water survey over the next 3 years. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes,
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Polipetro.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So we have on the agenda this evening. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Questions or comments of Public Works? Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Moving on, Community Development Department, Economic Development Director, Scott McMaster. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items this evening, just a couple of announcements. You may have seen that Fuller's and Speedway are finally in a groove. The weather's cooperated the last couple of weeks for them to really start hitting the ground, and you'll see significant progress on those buildings in the next few weeks. 2207 Broadway, another development is underway. They're moving some earth, I guess you could say, over there. So they're getting ready to submit plans for permitting to build that building. And then finally, we're finishing up the interview process for the additional building inspector, and we should be bringing forward to you our recommendation for our additional building inspector in the next coming weeks. And with that, I'll answer any questions.
Questions of Economic Development? Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Police Department, our Police Chief Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have one item on the agenda this evening. It is the police services contract with the Crest Events Committee for the city picnic. It's going to be August 4th from 5 to 10 p.m. And the contract is for 2 officers and 2 vehicles for that evening. I'm seeking approval of that annual contract.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Cola DiPietro, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the police service contract for the City of Crest Hill picnic. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes,
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Polipetro.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Another additional just item of information. We had the Cop on a Rooftop on Friday, and we had a nice day. We dodged most of the raindrops, and we raised just under $3,000. So it was a pretty eventful day, so we're really happy with that. We hope to build on it a little bit more as the years go on and keep increasing that amount, so. With that, I'd like to entertain any questions if you have any.
I think if you wanna raise more money, the guy wearing the pink donut thing should be like in short shorts and not,
Ooh,
you know.
I don't know about that.
I'll second.
Any other questions?
Good job, chief.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Moving on to Mayor's Report. I have 2 items on the agenda this evening. First is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances for the City of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages. You have before you an ordinance to raise the number of Class A liquor licenses in the City of Crest Hill from 7 to 8. This would be for the property at 802 and 804 Theodore Street. There is a new tavern and restaurant going into that location. We met with the 2 applicants, Matt Gorman and Mike Green, last Monday night at the City Council work session. Everything is in order from the police department. Everything is in order with the deputy liquor commissioners and the meeting that we had here, and then the introduction of the 2 gentlemen at the work session. So I would ask for your concurrence to amend the Code of Ordinances and raise the number of Class A liquor licenses from 7 to 8.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. Questions or comments of the motion? Roll call.
Barbara Scoler,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Colapetro,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance number is 1810.
Okay, Matt, would you like to come to the podium, say anything? Certainly take time to use a little introduction of your new business and what you're gonna have to offer food-wise, and it's a little marketing strategy for you.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a little update, we have everything kind of put in place, we have everything set in stone, we're looking to do some type of opening, mid-June, maybe around June 15th. We're gonna have bar-style food, burgers, chicken sandwiches, appetizers, salads, wraps, and then for entertainment-wise, we're looking at country music, 80s, 90s, probably towards the end of June, we're gonna have, a grand opening party, so you guys, everybody will be invited, I'll let everybody know, exactly when it will be, looking to do, a country entertainment that night, to get everything started and get everything rolling. Does anybody have any additional questions about anything?
I don't have a question, I have a comment. I'm glad to see that you changed the concept and the image of what was there in the past for many years. So hopefully you'll be very successful. I stopped in there today, and you've done a lot of work. Made a lot of changes in there. Looks very nice. I know you got a little ways to go here yet, but when everything's in order, since it was approved this evening, and all the permitting and all of the other things that are required of you by the City of Crest Hill, I will issue the liquor license. And so you can go at your own speed now. It's how fast you want to be open, as soon as you meet all of those requirements. And again, we went through the violations and the do's and the don'ts, so I think you've heard them many times from me.
Yeah.
So good luck. Welcome to the City of Crest Hill. I hope that it's a very well-run establishment without any interruptions to our police department or the neighbors.
For sure. Thank you very much, guys,
Okay,
appreciate it.
thank you, welcome.
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 Okay, next on the agenda is a donation for Will County Center for Community Concerns. We spoke about this at last week's work session. Also, they do a tremendous amount of work in the city of Crest Hill. They provided services for 504 homeowners in 2018. So I would ask for a motion for a donation in a dollar amount.
So moved.
Dollar amount?
$100? Is that what we do today?
Yes. Second? Second. We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderwoman Sclair for a donation to Will County Center for Community Concerns in the amount of $100. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Marco Colapetro,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That's all of my agenda items, just a couple things. I did attend the Will County Police Memorial Mass with Chief Clark on May 9th at St. Mary Magdalene on Briggs Street in Joliet. There was very well attended by many of the local law enforcement officers. And then we also stayed for the memorial that was in the church because of the inclement weather with all the rain that we had a couple weeks ago, and we're still having, it looks like. There are even more law enforcement individuals that showed up at that memorial. It was a very solemn occasion. It was the 38th Will County Law Enforcement Memorial. So keep all of those individuals who made the ultimate sacrifice in your prayers. And then on the next day, on May 10th, I had the honor of attending the Northwestern University Center for Public Safety School of Police Staff and Command, and our own Deputy Chief Tony Rossetti graduated from a 5-month course through Northwestern University. I was there with Chief Clark and Deputy Chief Hertzman, and that was a sight to behold too, with about 50 men and women graduating from this class. And they were all administrators of police staff and command. I'm very proud of the fact that our chief of police and our 2 deputy chiefs of police now have the accreditation from Northwestern University. Is a very prestigious college, and they have all went through the training and have the certification now. So again, hats off to our police department. I think that's a great accomplishment for us to have all of our administration, top administration in the police department, to have that training. And then last, my wife and I were at the Caroline Lakes Police Memorial on May 15th. That is Police Memorial Day in the state of Illinois. And the gentlemen are here from Caroline Lakes tonight, Bill Thomas and Bill Gallagher. And they had a very solemn ceremony there with the guest speaker, and we acknowledged not only the 2 slain police officers in Crest Hill, but the police officers in Will County and the police officers from the Illinois State Police that were killed most recently. So hats off to Caroline Lakes. There was a very nice ceremony that you gentlemen provided for that day. Again, it's a very solemn occasion. So that is it for the mayor. If there's any questions, I'll certainly try to answer them. Okay, we'll move on to our treasurer's report. Our treasurer, city clerk, my fault. City
That's
clerk.
okay. Good
Vicki.
evening, Mayor and Council. I have no agenda items this evening. I will say that there were 44 garage sale permits, so hopefully everyone dodged the rainy part of last week and got through and had successful garage sales. But any questions of the clerk's office, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Questions of city clerk? Thanks, Vic.
Thanks, Ray.
Moving on to city treasurer's report, our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report regular and overtime payroll from 4/29/19 through 5/12/19 in the amount of $217,123.96. I seek your approval on our list of bills. Our total for that same period was $841,372.45.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Overland, seconded by Alderman Dyke. Questions or comments in regards to the list of bills? Roll call, please.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler. Yes. Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Colity Petro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. I'll try to answer any questions if you have any.
Questions of city treasurer?
Thank you and good night.
Thanks, Glenn. Unfinished business, we have nothing on the agenda. Anybody? New business, anyone? Committee liaison reports.
Yes, I would like to announce the annual Ladis Memorial Ceremony will be held Sunday, June 9th, 11 a.m. at Ladis Memorial Park. In the event of a rainout, Nate, we do have a backup, correct?
Yeah, St. Anne's Church.
So hopefully we won't need it, but thank you very much to St. Anne's for allowing us to use it in the event of horrible weather. We will be having a special guest, Jan Kubista, the Deputy Consul General for the Czech Republic, is going to be attending it this year from Czechoslovakia. So that'll be quite an honor to have him there, all the way from Czechoslovakia. And also, the 10th annual City of Crest Hill Picnic will be Sunday, August 4th, from noon to 10. The bands have all been booked finally. We have Shannon Marie on the big stage, followed by Sealed with a Kiss, and the headliner Ara. On the smaller stage, we're going to have Ray Konkar, followed by a new band called In the Pocket, which looks to be very interesting. I'm very excited to see them. We also, again, will have the usual, the DNA and child screening by the police and the Masons. We're going to have the Crest Hill Women's Civic League bake sale. We will have bingo, right, Nate?
Correct.
Supplied by?
The Crest Hill chapter of the Knights of Columbus.
We're going to have Charlie the Balloon Clown, Sparkles, our favorite face painter in the whole world. She'll be there. We'll have the jumpy houses as usual. And Nate and I are still working with the help of our city clerk on some other special items for the 10th anniversary. We'll let you know as they develop. Thank you.
Anybody else, committee liaison reports? I will go with the Veterans and Police Memorial Committee. First of all, I'd like to invite everyone to our ceremony on Monday, May 27th at 2 p.m. It'll be right outside in the Memorial Garden. This year, we will have Captain Anthony Catella, a veteran of the United States Army, and he is also a member of our Abraham Lincoln Honor Guard, will be our guest speaker. We will also have musical entertainment by the Frankfurt Brass Band. They will start at about 1:40 with a pre-concert, and then they will have several selections during the ceremony. Anime Lukancic will be present in the audience. And then we will also have the laying of the wreaths by Fran Brenchich, 97-year-old Gold Star mother of a Vietnam veteran. And we'll also have the laying of the wreaths on the police side by the Simonson and Nink family. So please join us for a very solemn and memorial gathering to honor those that have died and gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country and or their city. We will have refreshments after. If it does rain, which there's a lot of rain in the forecast over the next several days, we will have the ability to go to St. Ambrose Church Hall and have the ceremony inside. So last year we dealt with 102-degree weather. This year we have the possibility of rain. I would also like to take this opportunity that on May 16th, we had a work day outside in the Memorial Garden for a couple of hours, and we did beat the rain that day by about 45 minutes. So that worked out, but I certainly want to recognize the individuals that showed up to help work on that day, because we did have a great crowd to help with all of the work that we accomplished out there. So I would certainly like to thank Claudia Gazal, Glenn Conklin, Rod Berkey, Ray Ranke, Phyllis Powell, Bill Thomas, Jeannie Jurisic, Nick Parks, Grant Conklin, Nate Elbert, Bill Gallagher, Betty Pavlich, and Vicki Solomon. All of these people donated their time and talents and resources for the good of the Crest Hill Veterans and Police Memorial. We have approximately 1,150 names on the veterans stones outside, and unfortunately, we have 2 Crest Hill police officers on the police memorial. So again, thanks to everybody that helped out that day, and please join us on Monday, May 27th at 2 p.m. to honor those individuals who have passed away. City council comments. These are positive city council comments. Anything you'd like to share with your constituents? We will begin with, who wants to go first? Anybody? Seven Dyke? Ward 1.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a solemn Memorial Day this weekend, remembering all those that have served our country for the freedoms that we have.
Alderman Verche?
I'll say the same thing Scott did. He took it away already, so.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Sclair?
Nothing this evening.
Alderwoman Gazal?
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Ward 3, Alderwoman Oberlin?
Well, keep in mind, we'll be having school letting out very soon, very sooner than you think. So our youngsters will be out in the neighborhoods and playing, and be very wary of them and cognizant of their impulsiveness. So they can have a good summer, and so can we. Thanks.
Alderman Cole DePietro?
I'd also like to have everybody recognize everyone that served for our country this Memorial Day weekend. And also congratulations to Officer Rossetti for graduating from the Northwestern program.
Ward 4, Alderman Albert?
Yeah, I just wanted to say great job to the chief and the police department for the cop on the rooftop. There was a nice presence from the Crest Police during the whole event. And I think you should get in the donut suit if you haven't yet.
Especially the shorts.
Be a good look for you. And also, I hope to see everybody at the Memorial Day program as well as the Ladie ceremony. And then mark your calendars, we're having another Movies in the Park on June 22nd, hosted by the Crestone Lions Club. More information to come, but that's on Saturday, June 22nd at Cheney Park, near the school.
Alderman Kubal?
Just hope everyone has a wonderful Memorial Day with their families and friends, and make sure you're safe.
Okay, and one thing I'd like to add, I usually don't speak at this time, but I certainly want to congratulate all of our graduates from the grade schools, the high schools, and all the college graduates. Congratulations, and hope that all of your hopes and dreams come true in the future, and have a safe summer with your family travel. So congratulations to everyone who has graduated this past school year. Public comment. Anybody who would like to address City Council needs to step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Hi, Mick.
Hello, Ray. My name is Mike Schwab, 2300 Hess Drive, top of the hill in Crest Acres. I think we get good services from all our departments. I see the guys out with their trucks working and working hard. On the 15th of May, though, we had some street maintenance done in our neighborhood. I can't remember the name of the contractor, but they were cutting the cracks and putting in that plastic tar, whatever they do to...
Crack filling.
Crack filler, right. And I guess Tina informed me that, I guess I can go online and get a message sent if there's going to be an event like that. Unfortunately, I guess I don't live on my computer, and what works real good is when you guys flush the hydrants, you put a sign out there, and it would be nice if you let us know when they're going to do that, because it's a very intrusive process in terms of creating a mess. Dust, debris. I came and I talked to Greg. I was concerned about the process and whether or not we could do anything about dust control. It was a fog. You couldn't hardly see the house across the street. The kids were getting on the bus. They're all walking to the bus with their hands over their mouth and their nose so they wouldn't breathe at all. I had windows open in my house, which created a big mess. So I guess, I understand there's nothing we can do about the dust control. I had some ideas, but, I'm no professional when it comes to repairing those streets. But when they got done cutting the cracks in the streets, all right, there was a tremendous amount of debris that was generated, and they were out there with their blowers. I would like to have seen them sweep it, but they didn't. They blew everything. They blew everything to the curbs, and I've got pictures that shows the amount of debris not only in the curbs, but in the yards, when they just blow it. And I live on the corner, and right there on the corner, there's a sewer, I don't know what you call it, grate for the intake. And I've got pictures that show the amount of debris just sitting there at that grate. So I was concerned. I came down and I talked to Greg, and he was very patient and polite with me and explained to me the process and why they couldn't change. I says, okay. I says, but I says, I recommend you guys get your street sweeper out there and let's get that debris cleaned up in the curbs, because we had rain forecast and it was fairly heavy. You know, that stuff's gonna wash right into the sewers. So Greg assured me, he said, oh no, they're gonna come back with their own street sweeper and sweep the curbs and get rid of the debris. Well, make a long story short, nobody showed up. And, you know, as a taxpayer, I mean, Greg says, well, it's in the bid and they're gonna come back and clean it up. We're not using our street sweeper. So now, I mean, you can still see the debris laying along the curbs and by that sewer, storm sewer grate in the corner of Hess and Mocker. And a lot of that debris is gone. And I mean, I assume it's in the sewers now. So I don't understand why, when we have contractors working, and I got some other examples I want to cite based on personal experience, why we don't have somebody from the city that are watching these contractors to make sure that they do what they say they're going to do and what we're going to pay them for. I don't know what happened. I mean, we had some inclement weather, but you know, there were also breaks in the weather where we had some nice days. You know, I don't understand. The day they did it was nice. I don't think we didn't have any rain. I don't know why when they got done, they didn't come back with the street sweeper. So anyway, so based on that though, I've got another comment regarding supervision of contractors. You know, when I built my house in 1989, I was my own owner general. And I spent a lot of time here with Tom Bouchard and collecting, getting copies of all the building codes, because I wanted to do it right and satisfy all the codes. And I can remember I poured my own sidewalks, my driveways, and I remember forming everything up with 2x6s, and I don't know, I think back then, I think they were 5 inches, they required 5 inches, and so my sidewalks are all 5 inches. 2 summers ago, we hired, I don't know how many summers ago it was now, we hired somebody to come in and put the handicap access, you know, on the corners. And, you know, I have one right in front of the house, and, you know, I'm watching, and, you know, they're framing up their sidewalks with 2x4s. And that tells me that they're not putting in 5-inch sidewalks or whatever. And I never saw anybody from the city there to look and see what they were doing. And I think it was like 2 summers ago, we had another contractor in that came around, and they were taking sidewalks that were cracked and were heaved or sunk and replaced them. And there again, they come back and they frame everything up with 2x4s. And I don't ever remember seeing anybody from the city on the job. And then going back, I may not be talking correctly here now, but back when on Weber Road, and I can't remember the other street, it wasn't Division, but we built, our strip mall was built. And I understand we had all kinds of problems, or they had problems with the entrance to the mall. This is where the Diocese of Joliet is now. And I just wondered, is that something, that the city should have been out there checking to make sure that everything was put in correctly? So there, I guess my only question is why I don't see, or why we don't have people from the city watching these contractors and make sure they do what they do, or was supposed to do, because, I mean, I've seen cases where I don't think we're getting our money's worth. And as a taxpayer, I think I'm getting good services with my taxpayer money, but I don't want to see it wasted either.
All right, let's go back to the street with the crack filling.
Yeah.
Is the street still full of debris?
I'd say 2/3 of it is gone.
Does it need the street sweeper up?
Oh, yeah, yeah, well, it's still there. I mean, I don't know, it's probably just the heavier stuff now that's left behind, whether or not it's gonna wash into the sewers or not, I don't know, Ray.
Some of it's in the parkway.
Well, yeah, well, like I say, I got pictures there again that shows all the debris laying along the curb as well as in the yards.
All right, here's what I would suggest, Tom, because there is rain coming tomorrow. I think later in the day, I'm not sure exactly when, but who knows, but if we can get our street sweeper up there tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, and at least we'll take care of that issue, and then we will certainly speak with our engineer, and we will find out the company that was there, and we will certainly make it right. I will tell you, we've been doing the crack filling now for about 15-plus years, and it's a preventative maintenance to extend the, I know you're aware of it, to extend the life of the road. And I can tell you, Mick, that over the 15 years, we've had very few complaints. But I will apologize to you for the disruption that you had with the dust. Again, a lot of times, they're coming from out of state. They just show up. We don't exactly know a lot of times when they're going to be here. But they just show up. We have a contract with them. And, like I said, we've had very few complaints over the many years that we've been doing the crack filling. In regards to your supervision, we do have supervision on most of our projects. We have engineers that oversee it. We have gentlemen that are out in the street. Naturally, it's not 24/7. There's a cost involved in that comes quite expensive if you want to have 24/7 supervision on everything that's being done.
No, but, I think about when I built my house, Ray, before I poured my footings or the walls and everything, they come out and inspected things prior to me going on to the next step. And I, being my own owner general, I understood that, and that was part of the process. I just don't understand why we don't use the same process with contractors.
Well, we do. But again, they're not there 24/7. You've seen what we did tonight. We have a lot of different projects going on here. There's a lot of.
I understand, Ray, but my point is, before they pour, I'm not saying they gotta be there 24/7. But
Right.
before they pour, in this case, the sidewalk, before they pour the concrete,
But they are inspected, even with your sidewalks, and I know, we shaved a lot of those sidewalks, the ones that were heaved. We took out a lot of the sidewalks. They're all inspected at some point in time. Now, they're meeting the requirements of what needs to be in there now, so.
well, I mean.
I wish you would have come to us 2 years ago when you've seen it, instead of waiting for 2 years from now to come to the
Well, it
podium.
was really, what happened on May 15th was kind of I was just tired of seeing it. I mean, I understand, you ain't gonna, 24/7 watching everything they do, but,
Right.
when I built my house, I didn't have anybody there 24/7, but you had different stages of the job that was required for inspection. And I don't know why that these contractors don't have to live by the same rules, that's all. I mean, it's obvious before they pour the concrete in those sidewalks, somebody should come and look and say, oh yeah, we got the right fill, they got the expansion joints in there. A lot of them didn't even have expansion joints, between the new concrete and the existing concrete. That's all, yeah, they can't be there 24/7, but I think just like the point I'm trying to make about when I built my house, there were steps and
Right.
inspections. I don't understand why they're not inspections for these contractors.
Okay, point well taken.
Okay?
We will, we'll certainly explore the most recent one here with the crack fillers.
I mean, I understand the maintenance part, Ray. It's
Right.
just, it's an abusive process. I don't know if anybody's experienced it, but it's dirty and it's filthy.
Well, like I said,
And-
council, if anybody has had a lot of complaints in regards to the crack filling process, speak up. Because I could tell you, I've had very few over my 15 years that we've been doing this.
Well,
And a lot of it is, I know that when they put it down, you can drive over it almost immediately. It doesn't take long, so.
well, I mean, the maintenance is required, Ray. I'm not debating that. It's just that it's a lousy process. And I just think, if we had some dust control or something, it would be nice. But, okay, thanks
Okay.
for letting me talk.
Thank you. Anybody else like to address city council, need to come to the podium, state your name for the record, address is optional. Let the record show that no one else has approached the podium. To our city administrator, Heather, is there a need for an executive session?
No, there's not, Mayor.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. for an adjournment. Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Marco Colby Petro?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 7:44 PM. I thank you and good evening.